Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM Yeti, episode number 49. We're at a low-level race, 1.1. But the sponsors cared about this one. I looked at the profile and was like, oh, yeah, sure, okay, that sounds like something we can do. And so I kept the objective on our list. Especially when both of our sponsors cared deeply about a 1.1 race. It was like, sure, should be easy. That was before I knew that Philipsen and Warrenskjold and Vermeersch and Germay, Van Dijk, that a very, very star-ridden field for a 1.1 race. Like, what are those guys ever doing down at a 1.1 race at any stage during the entire season? This isn't going to be as easy as predicted. Likewise, I got a little distracted by who was at the race and didn't pay attention to what the objective was until after I got out and got established, got into the peloton, and was like, visibility 10 is the objective for this one. And one of the best ways to achieve that visibility rating, as we're seeing an attack by Orens, and this might be our first opportunity to do something along these lines. We're going to take our weak man of the day, and we're going to attack with him. And yes, that's true. He's already back in the pack. Never mind. I think we need to get in a breakaway. I think we're going to have to be aggressive, and that's why I've kind of come in early. There's still 90k left in this one. Not much is happening. The breakaway itself is starting to break up. Right here, this cobbled sector, it's not the easiest cobbled sector that you're going to encounter. And here we go with riders attacking. Shu, as the weak man, as the domestique, I want you to go gain some visibility for the team and be among those that are attacking. So we're going to go off the front here and just try to escape the peloton. Anyway, that cobbled sector is not the easiest one. It's a little bit of a hill, and then you've got left, right, left, right, left, right, finish. So it's very technical. The road's not that wide, and I think we can handle a decent finish, but it's going to be hard to win with the depth of the field. This felt like a race that you could win on paper until I saw who was here. So getting away is more and more important, which is why I'm trying to attack with Shu here, and why I'm taking a rider who's kind of the weak man of the day. You know, the red bar's gone. I want to just ride full gas here and see if I can catch these two guys and take this small breakaway and get somewhere with it. Right now the field has really sped up. I mean, we're riding 99, and it'd be nice if Van Mechelen could make contact with us here and help us get forward. In fact, we can, I think, back off a little bit and join up with him. He is the leader for his team. He is cobble rated. He's just not much of a sprinter. It would make sense for him. Circumstances. Why are you signaling that we should work together? I am working with you, idiot. But they're chasing, and they're chasing even harder than before. So I don't think this move is going to work. It still should be giving us at least some visibility at this moment in time. But what's happening off the front is still a group of 13. And it is this 3-star cobbled sector that's just 700 meters long and up and over a hill while you're at it. Shu back in the peloton. Let's quit doing the work. And we're going to have to probably swap places. Get back to protecting Ponamar. And maybe Hagelin. Hagelin's the kind of guy who can go and do... You know what? Zippinati is so poor cobble rated. Let's send Zippinati next. We're going to have to just be aggressive. I think this is the only way to gain the visibility right now, other than a decent finish, and I don't think that will be enough alone. So different circumstances today. Very much different circumstances. So Zippinati was protecting somebody. It's Shaw. Let's go ahead and make sure he gets protected. And no separation. This is this is getting kind of ridiculous, but I suppose this is normal. No, not really. It's normal at like 30k to have little attacks like this get negated constantly. It's not normal at 60 to 80k to have these attacks get negated. so quickly. He did get it. He did get the water. Can't seem to make contact with these two guys. Holgard on the attack now. Never quite made contact with Boucher. We finally do. And stay away briefly. Haglin's the third guy that I can kind of waste and use up to pick up some visibility rating for us. But Zipinotti's done. He's going to not only fail to get off the front, but he's going to get dropped by the peloton, I would think, here pretty quick.
Aranburu goes onto the attack.
Peloton is shrinking. There is 39 riders that just lost contact. That cobbled sector doing the work. You don't want to drift very far on a race such as this one. Zipinotti is already drifting backward. We do have everyone protected. So I've got 6 guys left, 45k. Not quite sure how to increase the visibility. Attacking's not getting us anywhere. Except for those guys who just, suddenly broke contact. And the two groups, the front group and that chase group, are both struggling here. And there's a pretty hefty push right now by some to make contact or to break contact. Okay, we've caught the chase group. So we're back down to the original break, which still has 12 riders, and immediately somebody else attacks. And we're at 21. Okay. It's a little early, but this feels like where all the action's about to take place. We're about to hit that cobbled sector again. And I do have a feeling this time around that something is on the verge of happening. So with Zhu and Zipinatti done, and Haglund nearly done, Abdullah's going to be, down to just that few guys. I know Shaw and Pickrell are the ones you want to ride for, so it's pretty obvious there. Is it going to be Shaw 79.81 today with a lesser cobble rating, and then Pickrell, with the combination. This is not going to be continuous. We're not going to ride like this for 21k, but I want Haglund to come out strong into that cobble sector, get us near the front of it, and he's done. He's done. On to Abdullah. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to 4 guys, so this cannot be a continuous thing, but we've got to make our little push through here. And once other teams can come forward and kind of overtake me, then we're just going to sit on. So we just follow. And as soon as we see them kind of set up, nope, they're attacking again. There goes 3 riders clear. Abdullah, 14k. We don't have the firepower to be countering this. This is a 1.1 race, folks. It's a 1.1 race, and it's looking like a World Tour monument at the moment, the way it's being ridden. And that's it for Abdullah. He's done. On to Ponemar. What in the world is happening here? I mean, right now it's looking like we're riding for about 20th position. 10k to go. I'm down to 3 riders, and one by one, it's just one attack after another. And that front group's still not caught. It's still 49 seconds behind, so we're barely coming back towards them, and they've got firepower. I mean, it's a dozen riders. Nope, that's another attack. That is yet again. Okay, Ponemar just flat out. Your red bar is gone, just flat out. 6k. Shaw will set him up. Yikes. That's still 15 riders ahead of us. 38 seconds now, too. And attack after attack after attack. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, let's go. Get up there. Get in contact. Get in contact. 3.7. It's a little late for that. Shaw's going to come on. 3k. 3k. Yeah, it's time. It's time. We've made contact. We've made contact. 2k. 2k. Shaw pushing through the cobbles. We're in second position right now, attacking after we go over the top. Soft sprint for him and leading out for Pickrell. Let's go, Pickrell. Pickrell's positioned well. This is going to be a good finish, but What is it going to be visibility-wise? It's a podium overall. It's going to be second at the line. Hulvorde takes the win. Pickrell takes second ahead of Dan Hool. That's not going to be a 10 visibility. Maybe. I don't think it is. We led for 0 kilometers during this race. We attacked with 2 riders at various points to gain a couple ounces of visibility, but that was chase group. You're not going to get as much for being in the break. And then the break was caught with what? 2K? I'm not sure that visibility score is going to be very high. Second place is good. No, visibility 7. The visibility is a 7 for that race. That sounds about right. We did not win. We were not in the break. We were in a couple chase groups, but then we did score a podium. So good visibility, but not elite visibility. I think the only way... even if we win, we probably only have a visibility of 9, having not been in the break. I should have checked that before I went into the race. I think that cost me the most. I could have had you out there in the break all day, getting caught right at the end or getting dropped late on, and then gone and scored second with Pickrell, and that might have been enough for the 10. Points wise, yeah, this is okay, but it's a 1.1 race, so not a big deal there. And this is going to come out as a partial failure. Shouldn't be a total failure, but that's not going to help our sponsored rating. Wow, that was a 6 too. Goes down as a partial success, but yeah, our rating has been kind of locked in. We need to get that 15 races, and I think we're at 5 right now, as we got a couple national championship ones, but we're heading into that period. It is June. We're going to score a bunch of races, race victories through that period, maybe double what we have, if not more. But even then, that still would only bring us to about a dozen. We need to get more. This Canadian National Championship, that's one of them. We need to get top 5. We're definitely going to do that race live. Before we begin the Tour of Slovenia, 5 stages, 3 of them sprints, and 2 of them punchy. And we've brought our 3 sprinters, and then we've brought punchy riders. So we're going to go for a little bit of everything with that one. We do have 4 more races that have announced which teams are invited. The first of which is not including us, nor is the second, or the third, or the fourth. So we have failed to get into all of them. Our visibility meter has gone up significantly. I'm guessing that is the national team victories, or the national championship victories that we picked up. So our visibility is up a lot. However, the CCC only sponsorship is a lot better than the CCC Pulti Cometa, but it's the same total amount. And right now, there's nothing else. There's nothing in the works. This is really bad timing for that, because right now with the visibility as high as it's going to be, and for the next few weeks as high as it's going to be, we would need something in place. My guess is we're going to have a pop-up relatively soon to stay with Quebeca and Fruili. And that could be the best offer we're going to get if it happens soon. Usually it happens on a shorter timeline. Speeding quickly through stage 1 for the moment. We've been a bit unlucky in this one. Overall race day conditions are fairly neutral for the entire team, but the 3 sprinters have combined for a -8 on their race day condition. Really not helpful. The expectations, though, are mixed. I've got a number of guys that are expected to have +5s daily, and only one has managed to do so in Montez, and he is one of those expected to have a +5 daily. A lot of objectives on the team, but not everybody. And then also, we just had that long break where we had 3.5 weeks no racing, and then 4 days, and then we had 3.5 weeks no racing, and then we've only had a couple of races since then, so we really haven't gotten back into kind of a full groove swing of things just yet. And so as the other teams are already getting formed, and the breakaway's already been caught for now, the pace is not bad at all, so I'm going to sit on a little bit longer here before I set up my sprint. But anyway, there's been enough of a light schedule for the last couple of months that it's starting to impact half a dozen riders on the team. They didn't get enough of those few days that we have had. And there's a few guys that have low morale right now within the team. Zhu is one of those, so Zhu has a -2 expected because of the low morale. But the other two guys, Shaw and Pickrell, have +1 expected. Shaw got a -1, Zhu got a -2, and Pickrell scored a -5 today, so he's got a -4 on the actual. And like I said, as a team, Zippinati and Montez should both have +5, so even between them there's a -1. And Hagland is supposed to have a +1, so a +1 for him, and Abdullah as well. Somebody else is going to start their fitness peak like tomorrow. I'm going to get these guys set on their train. We'll get pushing. We still have a chance. The field is not great for the sprint. We've got 3 stages that we'd have a real shot at, but race day condition today suggests that we probably won't fare too well. All right, for now, I'm content with just kind of getting out there and getting set. So Zippinati bringing it forward, just riding casual for the moment. There's a little bit of a rise here, and I think that's where I'm going to want to kind of push on with things. Let's get Abdullah ready. Zippinati might have a +4, but he's only got a 63 flat rating. All right, here we go. Preparing for that little bit of a hill. So Zippinati starting to speed up and handing over the reins to Abdullah. Zippinati to the rear. And this is actually it. So Abdullah pushing on this should pull us out front, which was my goal for this one. Now we're going to hit the top of this with Abdullah done. But yeah, on to Hagland, 10K to go. We've still got 5 guys for that train. Looking pretty good for that part. A little bit downhill too, which makes you go a little bit further, faster, harder. So it kind of levels off for there. I'm going to let Hagland continue to ride on just a little bit more, especially with the downhill section coming. 6K, it's allowing some of the guys to get up beside us, so let's go ahead and switch off. Zippinati and Abdullah could take another turn at this stage, but it's a little late for that to happen anyway. Final gels. Montez, come on. You got a 75 today. This is what happens when we don't have a sprint setup. This is 3 sprinters who are not on good race day condition, and then a team supporting them that don't really have very good flat ratings, but we've still somehow split the field. 51 riders, 1.7. 1.7? How did that happen? That snuck up on me. That snuck up on me. Yeah, Zhu. Okay, yeah. Just everybody sprint, but sorry, had to pause there. Shaw in a good position. Zhu, I mean, we're out front, but can they hold off the field? Shaw, no, he's fading. He's fading just before the line, and Zhu didn't quite. Oh man, that's harsh. That is harsh. Zhu got last of all the riders there at the end, and it looked like he was in position for second. Oof. Is that a red bar? Was that a red bar? Why he faded so hard, so fast in the last 10 meters? That was a terrible throw if it wasn't for that. So 5, 8, 10, but like I said, today, race day condition-wise, really hurting us. Stamina resistance. I feared we went way too late, and yet we didn't. We didn't have the energy. We just did not have the energy, and that was down to the race day condition. We have 25K to go here on stage number 2. We're going to try to get out here and get set. The breakaway only has 2 riders today, and they are just a half a minute up the road, so they've got 0 chance. But this Cat 2 climb is 6K, 7%. It's going to do some damage to the field, and then there's a short, punchy finish from there. We really want to break this peloton up. There's already 21 riders off the back, but Zhu and Abdullah with negative race day conditions, and Pickrell with negative race day conditions. You know, the funny thing with Pickrell was 2 days ago he was on a fitness peak. It ended. So stage 1, he had just come off a fitness peak, and by stage 2, he's ill or something. He's not feeling well. Hasn't said specifically what it is that's bothering him, but we're already down to 3.7K, so Zhu has given us a decent lead out there, but not done any damage to the field. We expect Abdullah to do that now, though, and then Pickrell will take over shortly, and we'll see if we can, you know, split things off. For a moment there, it looked like we might split things off. 2.4K. Pickrell is not going to hang in there, though. We're going to drop him to the back, let Shaw come in. Abdullah doing the work. Somehow still not splitting the field at all. We're everybody's holding the wheel, but we don't have that much left in the tank. What about back here? Nothing's happening. No splits. Nothing. So surprising. We're just gonna have to set it up for the finish and hope that maybe we get a little bit of a split as we crest. Riders that couldn't handle it, but so far it's full team, full field, pretty much intact. We dropped maybe 10 riders. In which case, that means I think I can set up my sprint. Well, it's not going to come down to a sprint. It's going to be a punchy finish. What is that punchy finish looking like? 1.8K at 7.5%. So we do still want to have our punchiest guys, but let's get Pickrell back into the mix and Zhu back into the mix. Zhu's too far back. But Pickrell very much can come forward. Abdullah is going to be done here once again onto Shaw.
The riders are entering
Inside 10K. Inside 10K. This is going to change things up as we are able to put the field under some pressure, I think, on the way towards the finish line. This is where our best advantage will lie in being aggressive in the flat.
It looks like
Between Shaw and Pickrell, they should be able to go pretty hard. Abdullah, do we want to cheese this thing? No. Not happening. They're still there. They're still there. Had hopes of a cheese finish there for a moment. On the descent, we have split the field. It's down to 55. Shaw's still giving us that nice, strong 99 lead out here. Okay. Final run in. Shaw is done. On to Pickrell. Let's try to follow. Brady inside 3K. Pickrell giving us a nice lead out there. 1.9K onto Zippinati. 1.4. Zippinati's going to turn this corner and start sprinting.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
On to Hagland. He's going. Right now we're in a great position. Montez in a great position. But, wow, man. Just... with that kind of lead out, these guys are able to easily keep pace and then overtake and have more in the tank. And
nobody can dispute that win.
Stronger riders. Mulberger, Adria, Pronsky. We get 5th. We get 7th. There's Almeida. We do beat quality here, but I was hopeful for a win on that one. Roglic gets 14th. Castrillo 18th. Yeah. Out of quality in the field. Small group at the finish. First split after 44th position, so 44 riders will remain in contention. Aiden Shaw, one of those guys that lost the time, but Hoffer also lost time. He's carrying a bunch of jerseys, but Shaw, Pickrell, Abdullah, and Zhu all losing a little bit of time, even though we created a nice big split on the field. Ooh, there was time losses on the previous stage, clearly, as there's now just 18 riders left on that same time group. Hagland, Montes, and Zippinati are 3 guys still in contention. I didn't think stage 1 saw splits, but there most certainly were. Updated expectations for stage 3. Abdullah +1, Hagland, Montes both +5s, Zippinati +5, Shaw +3. Pickrell still balanced at a 0. The fitness peak is gone. He's a bit of a sniffle is what that's identified as. And Zhu still remains on the -2 and low motivation. Stage 3, it's a 3-rider break back in the peloton where we sit and wait, chasing 5 minutes behind, 108K, plenty of time to get there. It's not a flat stage, but it's very much a sprint stage. The undulation means it's probably not suitable for Zhu. And what's not suitable for the second time running is the draw that we've picked up on a sprint stage of this race. We had a -8 on the previous sprint stage. Today is net -7 for our 3 sprinters, but it somehow gets worse because Pickrell has a literal -5, both in the draw for the day and overall. It's a -5 race day condition. He looks terrible. That -8 to his stamina resistance means he's going to be utterly useless for us. Meanwhile, Shaw has also drawn a -5, but because he had the expected +3, it's netted a -2 for him overall. His stamina and resistance are low to begin with, so a -2 and a -1 on those makes that pretty damn bad. And then Zhu gets a +3, so at least it brings our -10 up to a -7. But Zhu, well, he doesn't have stamina resistance to begin with, so he's still quite low, and he can't climb. That's all. The undulation that we're facing is going to make this a lot more difficult of a day for us to have another chance. It's such a weak field sprint-wise, and with 65k to go, I need to start speeding up and getting our position under control a little bit better. We need to go get water one more time, but I'm feeling less than confident right now about our prospects for today's stage. Peloton has split already, though. There's 87 riders. I would love if that's not a yo-yo, and that if that holds, it's going to give us a better shot on the sprint to come. But there's 2 more climbs, one categorized, one not, on the way to the finish, and just based on our condition, I'm not feeling good about our prospects for today, which sucks because this is 3 sprints where we should be able to win 1 or 2 of those 3 sprints, podium all 3 potentially, and we're just in a bit of a mess. And at the same time, those domestiques for the day, we don't want them to lose time, as 3 of those guys are part of our overall scheme. And speaking of, it's 28k to go, and I really don't want to burn through. Let's see, Zipinati, Montez, and Haglund are the 3, so I've got Abdullah, the guy who's not in position. You know what, well, let's swap this out. Really doesn't matter which one of those. Let's make sure that Zipinati looks fine. Montez and Haglund are both looking, not so great. Let's leave the 2 +5s on their own, and Haglund, let's not leave you on a 75. Okay, at the top of this climb is where I think we would be wanting to make some sort of push. Let's up the effort. Let's keep the position. Front 5 are down to a 20-second advantage, and the Peloton's back up to 85. So it did. There was 3 groups in all. We've caught the front. No attacks at the moment, but here comes the next wave of the teams that want to put pressure on for this scenario or the sprints or whatever. Back up to 133. So all the groups back in contact now, as another group loses contact among those who had just regained it. 1k from the top. Looks like I'm not going to have any issues with guys, though, not being able to make the end, or at least not at this phase. 20k to go from the top. We're going to get around this corner, work on kind of regaining position a little. There's a little split in the field. There is a little split in the field. Okay, we're going to round this corner, and I think that's going to be a good spot. Let's make it around this corner here. Yeah, now's a good time. 44 riders, and we've got our entire team here. This could work out advantageously here with 15k left to go. I got to be really, really careful over this final 15k not to burn out these domestiques. The one that I can is Abdullah, really, because he's already down on time. He's leading the KOM, though. Didn't realize that he had the KOM lead. Okay, we don't need to burn out our own sprinters on this portion. Oh, the Peloton's all back together again, though. Okay, Abdullah, just keep cooking. Keep going, 12k. It keeps splitting, but not holding.
The sprinters are positioning themselves up front.
50 riders. 7k. Okay, you know what? I think that's good enough. Let's gel up these 2, and let's get a move on. So Zipinati to lead us out. 7k. Okay. 7k. Let's get Montez going. Definitely 99. In fact, I'm thinking I need to start soft sprinting. I mean, you see how that team almost rode away from us with these guys that just don't have a flat rating. So we're just gonna soft sprint with Zipinati and with Haglund and just try to get up. It's 3k. It's 3k. We need to, yeah, we're gonna keep this sprint thing going. It's gonna start going flat out once you get inside 3k, and we're just gonna we're going to cook right through these guys. We've got them in position. We might as well get out there and do it. 1.4 pick roll. We're about to split this field. We're on our way. 600 meters. Come on. Come on, Zhu. Come on, Zhu. Take that win. We got it. All right. That is a stage win for Shiru Zhu. That almost actually worked out for us. So we had such a weak lead out from our guys that I was forced into sprinting them because I had enough numbers left. And I was forced into a soft sprint that became a full sprint with guys that are significantly slower than my fast guys. And that actually gave them the proper lead out they needed. How funny that works out, right? A good lead out can actually do damage to your guys, but put you in a better, stronger position. A weak lead out puts you in such a difficult position that you have to go flat out, commit more, but because they aren't so fast, they don't really damage your guys. We go crazy and set this thing up, and we do get the win. Despite the really poor race day condition for those sprinters, they were still significantly faster than those teammates. And I don't lose any time. Let's see if anybody in the field did lose time, though. Same time all the way down to 120 seconds. So there's a few riders that lose time today. Does that change the outcome here at all? No. Same 18 riders on same time, still competing with one more punchy stage. And that other punchy stage is definitely closer to a medium mountain. It's proper mountain, or at least good climb at the finish. So it's going to split this field a bit more, and we could see that 18 thin down quite a bit more. For now, 3 riders in the top 10. Looking good on that part. Aiden Shaw not too far down and a minute behind in 20th. However, with the big climb to come, you figure Aiden Shaw is not going to have what it takes for that one. But our race day condition has been all over the place through the first 3 stages. We'll see what happens in the stages to come, but at least we've picked up a stage win. We've picked up some bonus points for Zhu. It is a pro race though, so there is no snowball on this one, but we're still having a good outcome for the time being. But I want that GC. That's where the main points are. Stage win's nice, but the GC is what we really want to push in these last couple of stages. Of course, there's one more sprint to come as well, but that's going to happen next time, and then we'll push into the national championships from there. So that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.